Hi everyone, it's Casey Williams. I know what you're thinking. You'd really like to have that Hemi-powered Dodge Challenger, but you're just a little bit worried about taking the kids to school, having a couple extra seats you need in the third row, picking up kids at soccer practice, taking their friends to the movies. Well, Dodge has a solution for you. It's the Durango RT. We have it here for you today. Let's go take a look at it. Well, Dodge is absolutely building itself as the muscle car brand. So it makes a lot of sense that they would take the three-row Durango crossover and make an RT version of it. And I think it looks really menacing. If you squint your eyes just a little bit, you might think it's a Charger that's grown up a little bit. From the mesh grille to the heat extractors from the hood, they're actually functional, which I think is just great. Lower fascia is really aggressive. LED fog lamps, LED running lamps here. Again, the whole front end of it just looks menacing. If it shows up in your rear view mirror on the interstate, you're probably going to get out of its way. And it tends to move traffic out of your way if you're driving it too. I like that a lot. Coming to the side again, just the standard Durango, but it's got the 20-inch black alloy wheels, all monochrome, looks very clean, very slick. And Dodge designers have done a nice job of putting muscles in all the right places. I like this line that goes over the front fender here. Again, just gives us some attitude. And the line carries back through here as well. Again, just looks really hunkered down over its wheels. But you can tell this is a pretty long vehicle. It actually shares architecture with the Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Mercedes GLE. So it's a well-made car, but it's, again, a little bit large too. Let's come around the back. You see more of the family connection to the Charger. Has Dodge's racetrack tail lamps that wrap around. LEDs look great. Twin exhaust outlets. Power hatch. So there's not a lot of space when you first open it if you need the third row up. There's some space underneath the floor. That's very nice. You don't need a lot of luggage down there, but you can get some groceries or some other supplies down there as well. But putting the seats down if you don't need them, pretty easy. Pull that, flip it, pull this one, flip it. Very easy to get it down. Get them back up, convenient pull them right up, there they are. So again, if you need to get 3 rows of seats and you're traveling long distances with 3 rows of seats full of people, this might not be your best choice. But to get the kids, to the movies and back with their friends, pretty easy. If you're looking at the Durango RT, this is probably why you're looking at it. It's the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine. It delivers 360 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. It routes all that to the all-wheel drive system through an 8-speed automatic transmission. One of the things you might not look for if you're trying to buy a Durango is fuel economy with this Hemi. 14 miles per gallon in the city, 22 miles per gallon on the highway. There are some full-size pickup trucks and some full-size SUVs that do better than that. But again, if you're really looking for a muscle vehicle, this is the one to get. As you'd expect, the RT's interior is very well equipped. Let's start with the seats. Heated, ventilated leather, very nice, very supportive, grip your sides when you're really driving the vehicle hard. But they've done some other nice things. I think it just shows the attention to detail in this car. Dash is all padded, feels very expensive. I'm sure it's not leather, but it feels like leather. I like the red stitching, the seams. Again, very nice. Kind of metallic look here. Again, I think it's really nice. And it's also very easy to use. I think Chrysler makes some of the best touch screens in the business. Nice big flat screen here. And they just have easy to use icons down the bottom. There's radio, your media player connects there, climate. It's got dual zone automatic climate control. It's also got rear seat climate controls and air vents back there. All your apps, additional controls for the seats, the steering wheel, backup cameras all here, navigation. So if you want to use a touchscreen, use a touchscreen. If you don't want to use a touchscreen, there's redundant controls down below, proper volume and tuning knobs, climate controls below that, or you can do it all by voice. So however you want to do it, whatever technology you want to use, Dodge lets you do that. Some other nice features on this car. It's got down below, here's your power outlets, USBs, auxiliary, very easy to get into. The all-wheel drive system is controlled from here. It's set in auto all-wheel drive for now. It's got a low range as well. And some of the safety gear on this car. You've got adaptive cruise control, you've got forward collision warning systems on it, you've got lane keep assist, blind spot warning, rear cross path detection, rear view camera, all that as well. So again, it's a very comfortable place to be, but it's got all the features that you'd want as well. We don't always show you the back seat of the vehicles that we test, but I thought you'd really like to see this one. Because if you're going to travel a long way, this is really a comfortable place to be. I've got plenty of legroom back here, especially if you're sitting over on this side, the passenger in the front moved up a little bit, plenty of space. Nice captain's chairs. A nice deep console here in the middle. It's two levels. It's deep here, USB port, another power port inside of it. Upper level storage for smaller items. And if you're in a third row seat and you want access to it, there's a button here and it even flips forward so you can get into it from there. So I think really clever, really well designed. Cup holders down below, USBs, heated seats in the back, household power outlet. And as I mentioned earlier, rear seat climate controls here, air vents back behind. Keeps you very comfortable. So this vehicle has the Beats audio system. Speakers sound great, audio sounds great, especially when you flip up the screens, put in a Blu-ray disc that's kept players here in the center console, or you can plug in your personal players here. There's also one on this other side. Another screen. Wireless headphones. So you can put your kids back here, or even two adults, have a good time, and for hours and hours they'll just be completely satisfied and happy. Talking about the third row seat, I sat back there a little while ago. If I was riding across town, I'd have no problem sitting back there. In fact, I'd ride back there for an hour or so. Beyond that, it's probably for younger kids to sit back there and that's it. But I think that's what most people need. You need a vehicle that has two rows of seats, 4-place seating with plenty of space in it, very comfortable, with enough space for additional seating. And I think it's exactly what this delivers. Well, you really gotta like the Hemi. 360 horsepower, 390 pound-feet of torque is all you need. But this also comes with Chrysler's newer 8-speed automatic transmission. So it shifts smooth and gets all that power to the all-wheel drive system without any trouble. And like I said, this vehicle shares basic architecture with the Mercedes GLE and the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And I think handling is probably somewhere in the middle of those two. This doesn't have the air suspension on it. So controlling those 20-inch alloy wheels is a little bit tough. So it clunks over the bumps a little bit. But what I really like about it is it feels heavy, and yet it still feels athletic. It feels very European, very German, and I think it's nice. And I think it's a nice alternative for people who might be looking at Mercedes, might be looking at BMW, might be looking at a Volvo, maybe one of the Audis, and thinking, I'd like to buy an American car that's in that class. And I think this one's very close to being in that class. So you have the European handling, the European architecture, and then you stick that Hemi in the front of it, and it's just the best combination in all worlds, and I really like it. But moving into the interior, driving it's very easy too. The seats are comfortable, they're very supportive, and I like the center console. I like the touchscreen, very easy to use, very easy to figure out. And when you just go down the road, you just kind of rest your hand, the volume, the tuning. You don't really have to even look down, you can just kind of feel them. The rubber grips on them, works out really well. Nice place to put your arms. And I just know, I haven't taken my family very far this week in it, but I know if we're getting in the car and we were driving 1,000 miles, I think we'd be very comfortable in it. Put down the third row seat, you have plenty of space to get 4 people in it and all their luggage, no problem at all. I don't think the Durango gets all the respect it deserves. In a lot of ways, it's essentially a Mercedes GLE with a Hemi, and that's pretty hard to be upset about. It drives good, it feels heavy, it's got plenty of power, and if you're looking for the swagger of a Charger or Challenger, but really need space for the family, this might be your car. You can sit 4 people very comfortably in here. You get 6 in it for shorter drives. Has everything you need. I like the interior a lot. It's comfortable. The DVD players, all of it. So think about pricing for this car. And this is where the value really comes in. The Durango starts under $30,000. That's pretty good for what this car essentially is. This one, everything on it, $54,365. Well, next week we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.